against Mr. Cohen in the Southern District of New York. We'd expect charges, maybe an arrest, an arraignment. Again, we learned yesterday that all the evidence goes to the prosecutors working on the Michael Cohen case in 2 weeks. We learned that yesterday. Today, the President of the United States inexplicably pardoned a right-wing pundit who had been convicted on campaign finance felonies by prosecutors in the Southern District of New York. The same prosecutors who are now pursuing this case against his personal attorney. Now, the gentleman in question had never applied for a pardon under Justice Department pardon guidelines. He was not even eligible to put his name into the well-established pardon process at Main Justice. This is a guy who pled guilty, who admitted that he did it, who said he was sorry. He'd apparently used his mistress and somebody who worked for him to surreptitiously funnel an illegally large campaign donation to someone who he'd worked on a conservative publication with, somebody who was running for office. But yesterday, we found out that the prosecution of the president's longtime personal lawyer is going ahead in the Southern District of New York. Today, the president randomly issued a full pardon to this guy who was convicted by prosecutors in the Southern District of New York. The president also randomly today decided to dangle the prospect of a whole bunch of other pardons for other people you might have heard of. Maybe Martha Stewart, maybe that Illinois Democratic governor who tried to sell Barack Obama's Senate seat and said it was golden. Maybe others. And all of this is completely outside the established process for presidential pardons. That is a process this president is not using. Psychologically, the president has used the pardon power in a way that is not just contemptuous of existing channels by which these things are supposed to be pursued fairly and without favor. Psychologically, the president has started using the pardon power in a way that is designed to showcase his ability to pardon people, to showcase his own power to arbitrarily pardon whoever he wants outside any system, to act on a whim, to do it whenever he feels like it. L'État, c'est moi. The state, it's me. Or in tween speak, I do what I want. The problem is, even for presidents of the United States, even with a presidential power as broad as the pardon power, you can't just do it for anybody in any circumstances. You can't even just offer to do it for anybody in any circumstances. Not in the case of a Bob Haldeman, you couldn't. At least that's what they thought during Watergate. And if you couldn't with Bob Haldeman, why would anybody think a president could do this with Michael Cohen?